Hello there, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. I am back home. Yeah, you would have seen some videos, except that all of my videos that I have made have been what's it called? When I tried to take them off of there, they were corrupt. Is that what it says? I'm hoping this one works out okay, but you missed some. So, but I'm finally with it. I made a video as soon as I got home last Thursday. But then Friday, my other daughter and her kids came in for the weekend, and they just left a couple hours ago, and so here I am. I am finally back in my room, so I will try to catch up. And the first thing I'm going to try to catch up on, or at least get a week done, is my Margarete Miller weekly. I am on week 32. I need to show you my previous week because I lost it. It was on there. I had done it and I had not put it on my computer. So I lost it. Yeah, I lost 4 videos. And also I have videos that I have on my computer but not uploaded here to YouTube. So you'll be seeing some videos that I recorded like in the week before I left. So don't be surprised when I have some older ones. I'll catch up here. So on this one, this was week 31, and I loved this one. It is just kind of dreamy and fairy tale like. So I'm sorry. I have an image of a chair or other furniture right here in this little teapot. A clipping with a border or frame. That is this one. It's got a border around it. A picture of something with feathers is this little bird on this cat's head. Geometric shapes. Did I forget that? I may have forgot that. I think I did, because I'm not seeing anything on here that... Let's keep going. An illustration of an image of face is my kitty face. I did combine those. I usually don't combine, but I did those. A rubber stamping and 2 colors of inks. So I have stars in 2 different inks. I'm not... Oh, here's my geometric shapes. I kind of hit them. They're back here. And I don't know what shape they are. I did have the extra one. So yeah, I have an extra one sitting here. That's the shape they are. I hope they're geometric. I don't know. I'm not real good at that stuff. But that is last week's, so I really liked it. And then I took these black, but they're real shiny and reflective, and they're reflecting the blue, but yet they're black, and they're so pretty. And some of the stars, I put my Wink Stella on. I don't know if you can see it, but I thought that looked really cute. And then I've got these little roses out of my nail kit stuff. So we've got that. Here's this one. And I don't know. I don't think I had this one up there either. So this is Wavy Lines. This one I lost too. I've been losing a lot. I've got to go buy me a new memory card. And I didn't, but I'm going to try tonight. I hope I don't lose it. And then I will take off the one video instead of letting them stack up on there and see if that helps. Black and white photograph. Something featuring bold typography. I put this on here hoping that would work. Musical instrument. Something you find in the car is an umbrella, and the ovals are behind these two. So that was the week before. Alright. So this week we're going to use this paper to put on here. And I think that I will just do this one. The only thing is, I'm trying to decide if I can get away with just one paper. I don't want to try it. I was thinking about it, but no, I don't want to go through all that. There's just a small portion somewhere in here that's going to show. But that's okay. We're just going to do it. So how are you all doing? I hope that you've been doing good while I've been away. My grandson is home. He's doing good. After he got home, I stayed a couple more days, and then I went to my oldest daughter's, or my middle daughter's, I'm sorry, my oldest daughter was the one with the baby that was in the hospital. And then I went to my middle daughter's because she now lives a half hour away from my oldest daughter, and I had never been to her house. Her town, she lives in a townhouse. Her and the kids moved in the middle of me going through my CAT scans, or not my CAT scans, my heart caths, and and then I had my surgery. So I had never made it down there. It's about a 4-hour drive from here to her apartment, about 3.5 to my other daughter's. So I just had not made it down there. So since I was so close, once I got home and had a couple of days to kind of breathe, I headed to my other daughter's to see her and the kids. I hadn't seen them for quite a while. And so I'm there, and I spent a couple days. And then I drove back through. I promised my other grandchildren that when I drove by where they live on the way home, I would get off the interstate and come to their house and tell them goodbye again. So I did that, and the baby was doing even better. And then I got home, and our middle daughter got here the next day, and they spent the weekend, which was a planned visit, but even though it was going to be so close to seeing them, I still wanted to go see her place while I was there. And so I did. So that was how it all went. Did I do that? Yeah, it needs to be on this side. Okay. Somehow it didn't look right to me. He was in Children's Hospital in St. Louis. I stopped and saw him on the way down to my daughter's house. And he was just laying there. He was so sick, he was just laying there. He doesn't just lay there even when he's sleepy. There's paper stuck in there. He does not just lay there, ever. He is moving and grooving all the time. So it was just weird to see him, so quiet and so still. Oh. But he started feeling better before he left the hospital, of course, and they were having a hard time keeping him out of things before they left. But he needed some nourishment. He doesn't have very many foods that he eats. He takes a special toddler formula that gives him nourishment because he can't, his muscles in his jaw and all that, they don't work, and his tongue doesn't work quite right, and so he can't chew on things and then swallow them. He needs things like, he likes yogurt melts, those baby yogurt melts, and they just melt, he doesn't have to work at them. And then any food that he eats, he tries, the therapist, when she comes to their house, she tries a new food with him to see how things are going to go. So he doesn't have a big list of foods, and he wasn't eating, and he was maybe taking half a bottle a day. So, he needed to be on IV. But, all right, so let's see here what we have. Something that hangs on the wall. I found these. I'll show you the book I got everything out of. It is this Childcraft book. And it is number 4, but I'll tell you the year. Oh, look, I'm glad there wasn't anything on that page. My hands. This is 1961 edition. Let me try to wipe my hands off a little bit. And this one is absolutely beautiful. I love this one. I think that's where I cut out of that story a lot. But it is so pretty. I love it. This is the first time I've cut out of it, and I've had it for years, but I finally just decided to cut. So this is going to go up here somewhere, and I kind of want to do some trimming around it. I'm not sure how the edges are going to be yet, but I want to trim a little bit. I had fun, at my other daughter's apartment. She took me where she lives. She lives near base, and so there's a lot of stuff around there that isn't around where I live for sure. But she took me to a Mexican grocery store and one of their Oriental grocery stores. Oh, I had so much fun. Stuff I have never in my life seen. So that was fun. We had a lot of fun. And the Saturday before I left my oldest daughter's, I have the haul video up. We went, my 2 daughters and my oldest granddaughter and I, we went antiquing, which, you know me, I was junk journaling is what I was doing. And we went to 4 antique stores. We started out the morning leaving my daughter's house and going to, I just cut that bird's head off. Oh, nuts. I wonder if I can get it glued on there. Where's my little scissors? I can't find anything in here. Anyway, we left her house and we went to one that was about, it took us about 30 minutes to get there, but it wasn't that far. It's just that where my daughter lives, she lives right outside of town, south, but you have to go back into town to get on the interstate. So you backtrack. And so we met her there, and we went to that one first, and that was wonderful. Oh, they had so many pictures of the wall, for the walls, you guys. I know a lot of you would have wanted them. The one I wanted the most was a cat in a sweater. But they were cool. I don't know who's making them, but they were great. I really wanted them. Okay. Then we drove back into town where my oldest lives, and we went out to eat. She picked out a Mexican restaurant for us to go to. It was yummy. And then we drove out of town north and went to 2, and a town that's about, I don't know, I think it took us about 45 minutes. And we went to an Amish bakery while we were there. We all like this farm dust spice. I have never, it is on Amazon, but I've never seen it in any stores except for the Amish stores. And so we went there because my daughter was out. Unfortunately, all they had was an itty bitty bottle of it. So when I got home, my husband and I, we went, Friday we went to our Amish store and got each of the girls a big bottle of it. And I sent that home with her. But we did that, and then we came back, and on the outskirts of the town that I wanted to cut that. No, that's not the one. The outskirts of the town where my oldest daughter lives is another one that I've gone to quite a few times. I went there, and you guys, I mean, to tell you, there was so much stuff that I wanted. I couldn't believe I was finding so much stuff for journaling. There was tons of stuff this time. I mean, I usually find maybe a book or maybe something. I even found an old magazine. I never find those. And I found a lot of them. I only bought one because they were $10 each. So I only bought one, but still, I found a bunch. Okay, my chickie has went missing in this mess, so when I find him, we'll have to get him on here. Alright, so this is going at the bottom, and I want to put this is my embossed paper, and it's just the paper from there, and I want this cluckety cluck. I want that to be right there. But let's put some ink. A cheesecloth. So anyway, after the whole scare with, grandson, then we had fun. I had great fun with his sisters while I was there with them. We went a couple days in a row. We went to the library. I wanted to get a library card because there it's only $25 a year to have a non-resident library card, and I can use Libby. Here it's $50. Okay, so I want this here. I think I will go ahead and figure out exactly how I want it and get it glued down. Let's see, I think I could cut. Well, I don't know. It is higher on that side, isn't it? Let me make sure. Oops. Oh, I hope that works. I didn't cut it too much because I didn't have it where I wanted it. Okay. Right there is where I want it. I think what I will do is put a little mark there. But they have a fabulous library, and the children's library is so cool. So the grandkids love to go there and hang out for a while. They have like a scavenger hunt they could do, and they have a coloring table for the little ones. And my youngest one, granddaughter, not the baby, the baby's boy, but my youngest granddaughter, she loves to sit at that table and color with other kids. She just thinks that is great fun. So we did that, and when it was time to leave, she started to throw a fit. And I said, if you throw a fit, we can't come back. I said, because I got some cookbooks I wanted to look at. I said, we'll come back tomorrow and bring Grandma's books back, but only if you're good. If you're not good, we'll just drop them in the outdoor box. So she left with no fit. I was like, woo, thank you, Lord. And I don't know what I think about how this is looking. Let's see here. This is going to go right there. I am thinking that I'm going to need to get some lace to put on this side. I don't have it yet, but I think that's what I'm going to need to do to cover up all these edges. So we'll go ahead and we'll just put this down here. Let me put a line here. But we'll find a lace. That's no problem. I've got a lace. I took all my coloring stuff, well, not all my coloring books, but a lot of them, and all my like markers and pencils and all that. And the girls loved it that I let them use my fancy stuff. So we spent a couple afternoons at the table coloring, and that was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed that. I love just spending time with them doing that kind of stuff. And, oh, another thing we had fun with was their Walmart had, no, wait a minute, I gotta, yeah, okay, had spring, what are those things called? Oh, you know, the little balls that you get little miniature stuff in, mini brands? I think that's what they're called. And I fell in love with, it had a deviled egg plate that looked like a chicken and little deviled eggs that you made to go in the plate, and I wanted that so bad. So we got one, and we got home and we sat at the table and did that. The kids did it all. I just helped them, you know, like figure out what to do and all that, but they took turns doing it, like opening the packages and all that stuff. We didn't get the chicken. But when we were at Walmart a couple of days later, because I realized that the paper, you know, like you've got the top paper you lay out, take off, and then the paper underneath that, it was pattern. And the pattern on it was the thing that we got. I thought, huh. So I went and at Walmart and I took out a few of the balls and looked at them, and sure enough, it was the pattern. I found the one that had the chicken plate. Which, speaking of chicken, oh, I see my chicken. I was going to say, speaking of chicken, I got to find my chicken that's going on here, because that's our picnic. So we took that home and did that the next day, and that was fun. I didn't record it because it was chaos, but it was fun. Now, I like the Mini Brands books. That's the only ones I've ever bought until then, until I was down there. And so when I got home, I had a ball to open. So I recorded it. I showed all the ones that I have, all the ones that I've collected. Oh, come on, move, 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 move. And then opened it. Nothing in it that I was hoping to find. Another Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I mean, how many can you have? Oops, I really just messed that up. Is that broken bird head? Okay, I gotta get a little bit of glue there. So a couple of my daughters now both have Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I still have a Charlie and a Chocolate Factory. And I've only had like 4 balls, so, you know, I'm like, what is with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? One of them had the golden ticket, if you know what I mean. Some of them are just plain, and some of them have the special thing in them. But, corrupt video. I had to reformat my card. Here's our little chickie. This is our picnic item. I know it's probably not as much of a picnic item. I gotta get a drink. Now, as it was when I was a kid. But frying up chicken and having cold chicken at your picnic was a big thing. Or driving through Kentucky Fried Chicken and taking a bucket of chicken was a big thing. So this little chickie is our, I was going to put him right there. Let's find the lace before I put that down. Let me grab something here with lace. See if there's anything in this one before I get out my other one. And I got that one would work. Or here, look. This one's pretty. Ooh, I like that one. I don't like that it's so white, but what do you do? What do you do about that? Okay, so, oh, I don't have my gun on. I'm going to have to glue it. Okay, yeah, we're going to put that right across there. My husband is on the phone and has, I think he's forgotten that I am recording. Him and his family talk so loud. They all do. Okay, we're going to put it right there. And I'm going to draw me a little light line so that I can get this straight. Hey! You can't hear me. They're talking too loud.
Oh, yeah?
I told him I was recording. I'm sorry, guys. I just pointed to my camera as he was rolling through, and he made a face like, oops, sorry. He was in the shower when I started. I went in and I said, hey, I'm going to make a video, so when you come out, just know that I'm recording. Okay. Apparently, he forgot that. And for drawing a straight line, I'm not getting this very straight, am I? This right here is causing, oops, my chicken's on my hand. That's straight right there. That was, the ends are causing me a problem here. Oh, I got too much there. It's coming out the edge. I got it fixed. Anyway, that is my tale of my trip, my sudden trip. You should have seen my room when I got back, because I was in the process of working on a challenge. It's a new challenge in the Facebook group I participate in, and we all mail a certain person something. I was working on that. I had the project made, what we were supposed to make, but I was working on my envelope. I got it done, and then I was working on my envelope, which you won't see it because that's the video that was on my, that's another video. I had the Margarete Miller, and I had that one on there. And those will not be seen. But anyway, I had got that made, and then I was working on the envelope because I like to decorate it. And sometimes I, you know, depending on how much paper I have left that I used in the project, I'll decorate the flap of the envelope, or sometimes I put a torn strip across the bottom of the front, or, you know, there's no telling what I'm going to do. But I always have all that out. I don't really clean up much until I get the envelope done. So all of that was out on my desk. And the lady that was supposed to get it, I was supposed to mail it the day I left. But I didn't have it ready, and I had to get out the door. So I left. And she was very, very kind and understanding that, you know, my project was going to be late. I don't like to be late on things, but that one could not be helped. It was very unexpected and could not be helped. I mean, we knew he was having a little bit of trouble with his bowels, but we just didn't know it was that bad. I guess I didn't tell you, he got constipated. And then he got so constipated that he couldn't urinate. And it was so bad when he got to the hospital, they couldn't even get a catheter in. I don't like how that's ended right there, but there's really nothing I could do about it. I should have, like, curved it, you know, but I can't do anything about it now, so that's going to be what it is, and it's kind of in the, you know, like the binding comes clear to here. So, okay, now we will go over what's on here. Something that hangs on the wall are these little handmade bird things. Something textured is right down here. There's not much of it, but it is there. And I guess my lace is textured. That could be considered it too, but my intention was this. Something with shades of blue is this picture here. Something with wheels is the little car. You know, she's working on deviled eggs to take on their picnic. That's what she's doing because she's got eggs in a bowl. And the picnic item is our chicken. Oh, we don't have our hinges on. Okay, I got 2 of them here. I need to put a little bit of, and you know what, I didn't get any brads out. I'll have to find some brads here. That won't be too hard. I'll get my little organizer one out. They're easier to find than my one where they're all in a little container all mixed up. So let me grab that. Yikes. Okay. Let's see. I would like to have 2. I don't want to use those. They all go. Which I could use that instead. Let's see. This is what I have first. And I was just going to put them somewhere on here. Maybe like that. I don't like how they're not even though. Maybe they could go like that. Oh, I gotta punch this. I had so much fun going to the grocery stores down there. When I first got there, I went to the grocery store and got meals for 3 days. And it was like $60. I was like, are you kidding me? At home, this would have cost me well over $100. Okay, so I'm 2 there. So if I put that one there, those are even. I kind of like it like that. I think we'll do that because I think, yeah, these are more purple than blue. If that was more blue, that would look darling, but there's a cream one. Wouldn't it look cute to have one on every one of them, but I don't have that many. Let's see if I got one more. But wouldn't that look cute if I had those on all of them? That would be cute, but I can't do it. I don't have it. I think these are Christmas colors. There's that one, but that's not quite the same thing. That's cute. Nope, we're gonna go with that. Okay, let's find Brad. I think if these are big enough. We'll just go with these instead of trying to find blue, because I don't think I have a blue. So let's see if these will cover the hole. And they do. Now, yeah, I think I'm going to have to poke a hole in. Where are my tweezers? There they are. So I'm going to use this to cover up that spot that I don't really like. I found something there I'd never seen here. Maybe it's here and just because I don't usually shop for that kind of stuff. But it was pickled cheese balls. They were cheese balls flavored like pickles. They were good. I didn't expect them to be good. I expected to try one and then hand them over to my granddaughters. They were good. There's two of my granddaughters liked them. One wouldn't try them, and one hated it. She tried it, but she hated it. So, anyway, they were good. I'm not one that really likes that kind of stuff very often. Oh, I'm moving it. I saw all kinds of stuff at the grocery stores that I never see here. We have one little country grocery store here. Plus, I think when you go to a completely different area, they have different stuff. It's just different stuff is available, I think. Alright, now we have the hinges. The hinge or flap. And I know they don't wrap around the thing, but they look like it. They look like they do. So here we go. There's our little chicken. Thanks for joining me. You have a blessed day. I'll see you soon. Bye.